Warning, proceed with caution. The thoughts and views these individuals have or speak on are for entertainment only. The hosts of this podcast are from the streets and for the streets. Please consume responsibly.
All right, we play with fire right now because have you guys kind of high?
Don't laugh too hard, Juju.
Don't yell,
Melissa.
Another thing.
Hi, everybody. Today's podcast is going to be ASMR. Do you think we can do an entire podcast?
No.
Some people find it very soothing. Or like people who do the how you say?
Mukbang?
Uh-huh. Do you know that they spit it out? Pause.
What do you mean?
Now, I know people that say they don't. And it's like, go to my YouTube and you'll see that I don't spit nothing out. And I was like, there's just one girl. I don't know her name, but she's from Canada. And she's a little skinny mini. But she be eating. And she's like, oh, you guys say I spit it out? Go to my YouTube. And I went and she
ate
the whole thing, bro. And I was like, marry me. Give me Canadian papers, please.
Yeah, o sea, they bite it, por ejemplo, like they take the sip and then it cuts there and then, so they do it for the, and then they spit it out.
Huh.
There's that one guy who got really, really fat. He was really, really skinny. He got really, really fat doing mukbangs. But I guess what he did was he pre-recorded a lot of them.
Yeah.
So the whole time he was losing weight while he was dropping those videos. And then he revealed like, oh, I'm actually skinny. But he like made a career out of being fat like that. And then he revealed that he was actually skinny and he was just dropping videos. And yeah, but he's like a millionaire now for those mukbangs.
What are the 7 deadly sins?
Gluttony is one of them.
Gluttony.
Death. I'm not death. Murder. Murder, gluttony, lust. I got 3 of the 4.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got.
It's 4 or 7?
There's 7. I got 3 of the 7. Sorry.
Chingao, 7?
Someone woke up knowing their math today.
No, I mean like 7's a lot.
What's that one guy too? There's a guy that does mood, and that fool eat like 15 Maruchanes.
No.
Crazy. And I'm just like,
I think 15 is like a good amount of Maruchan.
I think I've told you this before. I used to have Maruchan for breakfast every day. Every day.
I love Maruchan.
Where were my parents?
In the last 15 years, I've had one Maruchan, and it was in Mexico City at the America game. Just because, we want to throw in with the culture. When in Rome. But, oh.
And well, speaking of Maruchan, though, like, have you heard about those cup noodles? Dill pickle flavor coming out.
Ya no saben ni qué inventar. But when Christmas comes around, when Halloween comes around, everything's like pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Ooh. Only thing I love pumpkin spice is
but dill pickle is
my coffee.
There's dill pickle hot Cheetos, and I want to try them. Because Do
you like pickles like that?
I love pickles.
They're trying to
pause. I love pickles.
No, pickles are a big no for me.
I'll even eat the whole pickle. Pause. Like cuando vas a Disney or a Knott's, chingón.
Nick out a whole one by yourself.
I might do two or 3. Pause.
In my defense, me lo como en pedacitos. Like I won't just eat the whole thing. Pause. I just like I'll eat.
You won't even chew it on. Just throw the whole thing in.
But throughout the day, I'll have the pickle.
Good morning, everybody.
But cup noodles though is I don't know. But I would say I feel like I'm at that age where my taste buds are changing. Because the other day, I forgot where I was at, but I was eating an In-N-Out burger and I bit into it. It was tomatoes and pickles, and usually I gag. And this time, I wasn't mad about it.
You're finally an adult?
I was like, oh, shit.
Eat the freaking... I know. Was it you? No. Who was it? It was someone earlier in the week. Last week. They were like, oh, order me this, but no tomatoes. I was like, a child?
It wasn't me, but I would say the same exact thing.
Eat the damn tomatoes.
You're an adult. O sea, ya eres niño grande. Tienes que comerte todos tus vegetales.
So would you?
Don't get up from there until you eat all your vegetables. Are we doing that in 2025? Comment down below. Let us know. We haven't even started the show. Episode
68.
Episode 68. Are we doing that in 2025?
I don't know. I feel like parents give their kids so many freedoms.
Mm-hmm. Like, it changed. My mom used to be like, you poured yourself that much milk, you're going to drink all of it. Or you're going to eat the food I made. Aquí no hay restaurant.
And then they saw how fat we got by making us do that. They're like, no, don't do that to your kids.
And now if Mateo, my son, he's 7, if he says, Mommy, I'm full, I don't make him finish the food. Like, do you do that to an adult? If Juju was like, oh, I'm full, would I be like, sit there and finish your food?
Depends how much you spent.
Well, yes and no. Like, we don't do that to many, but there's times where it's like, girl, the whole hamburger's still there, and you say you're full. Like, no, because then you're going to be hungry later, and then we have to give you cereal or something. Like,
and that's okay.
No, it's not. First of all, you don't even give your kids cereal. Stop that. Stop that right now. But no, it's just like, I get it if she's like, oh, she had like 2 or 3 chicken, or just even 2. As long as you're eating something, but if the whole meal's still there, then you're like, nah. I mean, you still got to eat a little bit. Like, try something. Like, if you don't want that, eat some fries, or I'll order you something else, but you have to eat something.
Yeah. Are we forcing the kids to eat?
That's why your kids punk you all the time.
They do. No, but, like Mateo, he's notorious for doing that. So I'll give him like 2 tacos and he'll just eat the protein, like the chicken.
Yeah.
And he won't eat the tortilla. And my husband's like, sit down until you finish the tortilla. And I'm like, no, he doesn't want it. Why are we going to make him eat something that he does not want? Have you ever tried eating something? You gag, dijo Vinnie. Like,
yeah, my friend forced me to eat sushi one time. Roll the clip.
You know it's that bad, brother. Come on. Mm-hmm. Nah.
No. Oh, we're good. We're good. It's right here. I wanna
stop. You're good, brother. Avocado and shrimp, easy. Nah.
No. You just
this way sauce.
You just went through this.
I was just thinking about that yesterday.
Was for experimental process
purposes.
Wait. Yesterday we went to like the Lucille's for my dad's for Father's Day.
So good, by the way. If you have time, because Vinny's on a shortcut, can we enter images here? Oh my God. I even had to comment. Sometimes you look at people's story, right? And you never send a message. So say you're just scrolling. I had to send a message for that video. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, we had the pork belly burnt ends. Remember
Amazing. I actually really like Lucille's. Please sponsor us.
But we went to Lucille's.
We'll do a mukbang.
Give us a plate.
And we looked to the left when I was parking. I was like, RIP.
The sushi spot?
Yeah, what was it called?
Right there,
I forgot about it.
Already? That used to be your spot.
Hikari?
Sure.
Yeah. But it just like the last time I went was with Juju.
A moment of silence.
Dude, they probably used his gagging video and they're like, see? This food's nasty. Close it up.
Messed up. Juju always does that. Goes and gives really shitty reviews to places.
No, I don't.
You ruin their freaking livelihood.
I didn't give a bad review for that place. I just gagged when I was eating it. And in my defense, it was warm, fam. The sushi was warm. I didn't know the sushi was supposed to be cold like that. But all that to say, yeah, I mean, it's different. One of my favorite stories of my aunt, she used to take care of us, and she loved making white rice. And if you guys know, I don't like eating white rice. I think it's the waste.
I didn't know that.
It's a waste of space in your stomach. Like white plain rice, ugh.
Like even if like they're making like barbecue chicken and it's white rice underneath.
I'll eat it. Like if it's there, yeah. Like but like I don't. You'll never catch me making just white rice.
All the gym bros are broken-hearted right now.
La maman. But before I used to really, really not like it, and my aunt would make it. And one time she's like, she did that. She's like, no te vas a parar de ahí. You're not going to get up until you finish eating that food. So I sat there from about 4 o'clock to about 8:30 and didn't eat a single grain of rice and waited for my mom to pick me up. And I just sat there.
Holy shit.
And yeah, that's a true story. You guys, my aunt, that's my, like, yeah. I just sat there for 4.5 hours and just waited for my mom to pick me up. And I was like, oh, my mom's here? Bet.
But that's like traumatizing. I remember one time, the lady who took care of me also was making enchiladas, and I've been a foodie from the start, okay? And I was like, hell yeah, homemade enchiladas, I'm in. And I remember I was like 5 years old. And my mom never put cebolla in my enchiladas. Well, I guess she put them inside the enchilada, like mixed with the cheese or something. Oh, yeah. And so when I took a bite, she gave me like 2 or 3 of them. And when I took a bite, I tasted the onion. I couldn't eat it. She forced me to sit there and finish all 3 enchiladas. And it was like a traumatizing experience because you're gagging and trying to eat it. It's awful. That's why we shouldn't make our kids eat things that they don't want to. It's a bad experience.
So what side are you on?
Well, I am a mom. That's what I'm saying. O sea, Mateo doesn't, I won't make him eat something he doesn't want to if he's gagging or they wouldn't do that to me as an adult. Why would we do that to children? They're humans also, guys. Por favor. But I do say to him, when he doesn't eat his food, I say, okay, I don't want to hear you ask me for snacks or have anything else. You can have fruit. You want another snack? I'll make you something else, a sandwich, whatever. But don't come and ask me for Cheetos. Not that I have them. But, So that's all I'm saying is we cannot force the kids. My mom, I'm telling you, she's like, no te vas a parar de ahí till you finish your cup of milk. Fam, I'm like,
the most expensive.
That was her reasoning.
Did I tell you this last week? My brother used to order milk at restaurants, and it was like $8 a pop.
Why would your brother order milk?
Because he's a fucking
legendary.
logo.
No, I would order chocolate milk.
Yeah, like
with the kids' meal?
No, my brother was like he was like in this early, but not kids meal. It was like a full glass of milk.
I live to this day.
That's privilege, bro. I like that. That's a flex.
That's all getting cut out. You're wasting your time right now.
He never lets me do anything, you guys. Just so you know, we have great things here, and Vinnie cuts them out. Just kidding. He's all mad. He's like, oh, really? Oh. I don't come out in the entire show.
As like those meals is like, hey, my name's Juju, and I do this and this, and it's like my name, and they just cut them off. Yeah. Oh man, but I think sometimes too, which it backfired on my parents, obviously, was like they're doing it to teach us a lesson. Like, don't overserve yourself. Just serve yourself what you're gonna drink, and then that's it. If you want more, get more. Just don't overserve yourself. We don't overserve ourselves. We see it as a challenge, and we'll finish it. It's 2 sides to this. I think it's like a double-edged sword, that topic.
What is it? Eating, what are they called? Like disorders and stuff? I feel like they sometimes start at home. Like when you can't have, like my husband, for example, they never had snacks at home. And if we ever have cookies or something, it's like, oh, I have to eat all of it. Because it's there, or my brothers are gonna come and eat it if I don't eat it.
That is traumatizing. Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And where in my house, siempre había embastedad. Like it was, you'd walk in and you can choose if you want to get a.
No, we need to ask your siblings because they're probably traumatized from you.
No, Miss Lick and put back.
Yeah,
no, they are. But we all know. For example, my sister's house. I'll go to you. I think I've said this before. You go to my sister's house, either of them or all 3 of them, they have ton of snacks. Like, I'm talking about those glass jars with M&Ms, Skittles, cookies, chips. And they'll grab a handful. Their kids are the same. They'll go and grab some, eat some, and then that's it. It's not like, oh my God, there's M&Ms. Where in my house, I can't have that because if there's a jar of M&Ms, it'll be gone within 2 hours.
But didn't you do that to your kids? Didn't you?
No, I'm talking about my husband.
No, because your kids are like that too, though. You said that before.
But because it was never there, because my husband will eat the whole thing.
This sounds like work.
Husband, that's crazy.
Sounds like work.
No, it's
my
true.
M&M jar and then my pistachios that would be gone. There was like a week I didn't even go to work, and they were still gone.
Where Vinny's used to grabbing a handful, right? Yeah. Having some, coming back in 4 days, having another handful, and being okay with it.
Nah, we'll fuck it up at our house. There's no saving it.
So Juju's like, it's either me.
At the house, and there's 3 rows of Oreos, and those 3 rows are gonna be gone.
Juju's like, it's either me or someone else.
Yeah.
No. Living with my family was exactly like that too. I mean, you got to fight me, my brothers, and my dad.
It's because you never know on any given day who's feeling the munchies. Like, there's times I'm not feeling it, but I know if I don't eat it now, I ain't gonna get it later. Yeah. So I might as well get my fix now.
But why do you have to finish it?
Because if I don't, someone else will.
Like if everybody just showed up and took 3 cookies or 4 cookies,
But that's not even like...
When you come back,
not
there'll
even
still be
in
cookies.
a normal world is eating 4 cookies, 4 Oreo cookies. Like that's psychotic. Like, you know who eats only 4 Oreo cookies? Charles Manson.
No.
And Hitler.
No.
And you know.
No.
That's just crazy. Like, you don't, like, come on, bro. Like, nah. Ugh.
I'm either gonna have 1 or a whole roll.
Yeah.
There's no in between. If I'm having 4, I'm like, well, I'm this far down.
Yeah, like 4 is just such
might as well just neck out the rest.
Weird number.
Or 3, whatever.
That's even weirder. You're going lower, go higher.
Si se compra una cajita de gummy bags, you know how vienen como que 10? The gummy, the little...
I can't even do a little...
The little fruit snack. Let's just say that's an example, right? Vienen como, how many? 6, 12, I don't know.
Sure.
But if you have one every day, just one, if that's what you were craving, it'll last 12 days, 14 days, because there's 14 little bags.
Nah.
Why do you have to eat 6 at a time?
Nah. But the same reason everyone has their own things of why they do a lot in a certain time. Like there's things where it's like, why'd you do that? And then it's just like, oh, well, it's just how I am. For me, it's food, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I could be going through a pack a day of cigarettes and being like, I just need it. I need a cigarette today.
It was here. And you know what? I'm glad he said cigarettes. I hope my kids they're not. But that's how I am with cigarettes.
I don't want to say it.
But if let's just say it doesn't happen because I don't go and buy them, unless I'm going through a very traumatic time in my life, but I don't go to the store. I don't buy a pack of cigarettes. I don't carry them with me. But if I have them, pues ahí están. ¿Qué quieres que haga? It's like 1 a day. Nah, I'm not doing 1 a day,
familiar.
fam. I'm doing like 3, 4. And that's why I don't buy them.
Now, if there's any doctors watching, if you could please comment, what's worse, a whole roll of Oreos or 4 cigarettes or a pack of cigarettes?
Yeah. And that's why my husband's like, don't buy ice cream, because he's the same way as I am with my pack of cigarettes.
I mean, it's different for me now because I live by myself. And like sometimes I'll have a craving, right? So recently I bought 2 big ass things of ice cream because I was really craving ice cream. I haven't opened it yet. I opened it like last night. I got 1 scoop and I was like, oh, I'm good.
That's
and it's
how
all there.
I eat ice
and then,
cream.
It's still there. It's been there for like over a week.
Un
but don't let your brothers
aplauso.
come over.
Oh no! If I have brothers, my even cousins, a couple uncles who show up, and little rats, they don't even say anything. Just things just start disappearing. My peanut butter jar is gone. I haven't even had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in a long time.
Is that rude?
Good.
Like, I show up to my sister's house, I'll open the cabinets. I feel no shame in making myself. I think I made myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I don't do that to my cousins, but if I go to my brother's house, I'm going to his, and I'm hungry, I'll just go into his.
Yeah, no, I mean, I grew up.
Reason, like, I'm not gonna make a fucking bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, like, but I will fuck up.
I stole 2 bags of popcorn from Vinnie.
Yes.
I was like, I'm taking 2 things of popcorn.
See, like I overbuy now, or I've always kind of overbought just to make up for the rats in my life that show up. Oh, I'm taking something, or.
But I think that just means I trust you.
Yeah, sure.
Yo soy bien confianzuda. Like, I can go to your house. I can go to Juju's house. If we're at Juju's house and hanging out, I'll be like, open the drawer. Can I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? It's just la comida, el agua y el saludo no se le niega a nadie. You come to my house, there's chips. There's not. But if there...
Stop. You hide everything.
You want an organic juice too?
I don't hide anything. There just isn't
Yeah,
anything.
we have our green ones, though. The good ones you got to pay for.
Actually, we were chatting on Friday. It was 12 a.m. and I was in bed craving bad, like junk food. Like, I wanted chips, I wanted una coquita, unas galletas, una nieve, but it was 12 a.m. And I woke up and I went through my drawers and my fridge and I was like, I hate when healthy me goes to the grocery store because there's not one snack. There was avocados, there was cherries, there was a watermelon. I didn't want that. And I sent them a picture. I was like, I hate this house. Please send help. But I can't have snacks because they'll eat all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
my mom's the same way, so I feel your pain.
what?
Through
She's
my mom.
healthy?
No, my mom buys snacks, but she never gets to them. She'll try to stash them, and then she goes to her stash.
That is the worst feeling.
Oh, man.
You know how you bought ice cream because you were craving it? Sometimes I buy shit because I'm craving it, and I'll put it in the fridge. I'm like, I'll get back to it. Gone. Never seen it.
And that's why you neck them out right away. You just proved my point right now. Both of you guys. Thank you guys.
Just eat it.
Like, that's insane. And it's happened too. And like, was the other day, it wasn't even crazy. It was just a pack of ground beef. And I get home and I was like, where's my meat? Like, what's happening to my meat?
They cooked it?
Yeah.
Did you have any?
Because the baby wanted pasta, so I was like,
did you have any at least?
I did have a little bit, but I was like, I didn't want it then. And again, I burned myself because I know better. Like, there's a pack of meat, 3 steaks at the house right now. I should have cooked them for lunch today. I didn't. I made burgers, but I know I'm gonna get back and that meat's gonna be gone. Which I don't care. I don't mind. But
well, you bought it because you were craving it.
Well, it's gonna be part of my lunch for this week. So I was like, that'll be my Tuesday lunch. Will be the steak. But I was like, I should have ate the steak first because I know they won't eat the burgers, but they'll eat the steaks. And I was like, damn, fucked up. But it's all right. So again, my parents feed me all the time too, so I don't get mad, but it is in the back of my head. Who's texting us?
Jay. So ABC7 reached out again.
Oh, which by the way, congratulations, you little interview on ABC, and it wasn't just a throwaway. They were gonna play this on Saturday Night News. She was prime time before the first set of commercials. So.
Congrats.
I was so nervous. I was nervous and I cringed the entire time. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I should have said it this way. Why did I say like so many times? What did I? And I'm like, ¿por qué soy tan criticona with myself?
And by the way, you did it in English and Spanish.
Yeah.
I did.
I listened to the Spanish one.
Or like, why did they choose that? Why they could have chose something else? Like I said so many good things. Why did they? And I just had to be like, just let it go. I think that's why I don't do a lot of things because I'm just so, how you say?
Critical.
Overthinking.
And I overthink everything. And I'm like, what are they thinking? Are people cringing at that? Are they laughing at me? Why did I say that? How did I? It was like a roller coaster of emotions the entire weekend. And I kind of was hoping nobody saw it.
But everyone saw it.
Everyone saw
All
it.
of LA saw it.
But they saw it and wanted to do it again, so...
And
Congrats.
they did. They reached out. Thank you. They reached out this morning. They want to talk about some other stuff. And we're trying to get the engineers to hook up the Zoom porque yo no sé hacerlo. But it's funny because Vinnie heard me talking about it. And Vinnie's like, we'll figure it out. So that's great. But right now I'm trying to see
He
if
didn't say it's so sensual, though. We'll figure it out.
Melissa, we'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
The Pa La Calle engineer got you. Don't worry. Because over there I'm just DJ, so it's different.
No, you're so much more.
You're a snack provider.
But they want to talk about the Dodger national anthem in
Spanish.
Español.
Did you see the video?
Singer Nessa,
Nessa,
is
there we go.
speaking out after singing the national anthem in Spanish at Dodger Stadium on Saturday. She said the team told her not to sing in Spanish before the performance on Saturday's game against the Giants.
And she did it anyways.
She did. She went and did not follow instructions. What do you guys think?
I think it's dope. I think it's cool. First and foremost, this has been around since... She said Eisenhower or Roosevelt?
Roosevelt.
I never knew there was a Spanish national anthem like that. Did not know that. I learned something new. Shout out to her. Also, yeah, I like it. It's kind of badass, especially like with everything that's been going on. She stepped up and stood on her 10 toes, and she might not ever be invited again to Dodger Stadium to sing the national anthem, but guess what? She made an impact on the one time she did, and that's what matters right there. So
yeah, very ballsy move on her part. But I would say with the Dodgers, man, I don't know. It's almost a little disappointing again because it's one thing like going to the White House that was not that big of an issue, but then it's almost like they doubled down with trying to like play the middle again, with being very silent. Very silent. Kike Hernandez is probably the only one that I think that I've seen that made an actual post, but like I don't know. It just feels like they're ignoring this whole piece. Like people. A lot of times do want to hear from something that big and they're like, no, don't do it in Spanish because they know why she wanted to do it in Spanish and they still were like, no, don't do it in Spanish. I've seen other videos of like there was a girl who had like it was a towel that said ice, and it just had like the circle and the cross around it, just to like pretty much no ice, and she got kicked out from the stands. Which I get it. Maybe there are like, keep political views out of the game, but
because then it can cause more problems. I'm gonna just. I think speaking out and using our voice as she did was amazing.
Yes.
Like, she made a stand. She said exactly where she stood. However, because Dodger is such a big corporation, right? And obviously los fanáticos somos nosotros, and we're like, yeah, you got to speak up. But we don't know financially, like what that would do. Behind the scenes, maybe there aren't a lot of people who are fighting the way we are or have the same political beliefs. So it's like, if the Dodgers lose a gang of money or make the wrong or like piss the wrong people off, if that makes sense. Like, remember, ¿cómo se llama este muchacho that took a knee?
Kaepernick.
Like, look at everything he's had to go through because he made a stand. And the NFL was kind of like, nope, nope, nope. The NFL kept all their money. And the only one who suffered in that instance, if you would like to say, like, the repercussions, fue él. So it's just kind of like, it's a big battle to fight. And I'm proud that she did it, and I'm grateful for her. But then it's like, when she doesn't get booked, or if she loses endorsements, or if she loses money, like, none of us are going to be able to help her out. None of us are going to pay her bills. So it's like, you have to measure your own consequences for it. And I think maybe the Dodgers, maybe they don't want to speak out, and that's disappointing, like Vinnie said. Or maybe they do, but they're measuring their consequences of speaking out, or letting someone with, if you let someone with an ice towel, then maybe you might have to let someone in with a Make America Great Again hat.
Well, they did.
They did.
At the World Series.
They did?
The Freddie Freeman...
Okay, my whole argument goes out the window. Just forget everything.
The Freddie Freeman walk-off home run, there's a Make America Great Again person behind him.
But they have edited out in videos. I haven't seen it in videos.
And did they kick them out? That's what I want to know. Keep the same energy.
So, I agree. I've been torn with this since all these protests have started, because there has been a lot of people calling people out, calling celebrities out, calling companies out, and this. And although I do agree, at the same time, like, I don't know, I'm gonna sound like a grumpy old man here, but why the fuck do I care respectfully what The Rock or Kim Kardashian has to say about this immigration? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care that they're not saying. I don't care if they're silent. I don't care. I want you guys, and me included, to call out your local politicians as much as you call out these celebrities.
Well, because celebrities have more power, and if celebrities are...
Nope, they don't. They count for one vote. Just like me. You, us, three right here, there's 3 votes. The Rock is 1 vote. Kim Kardashian is 1 vote. A city council can change the whole trajectory of this whole ICE thing. Gavin Newsom, who's been complaining and, I'm going to go fight Trump. You know what he could have done? He could have made it harder for these companies to support ICE. Like, you can't kick ICE out. It's a federal entity. They could go wherever they want within the nation. But you could sure as hell make it hard for them to stay in that area. Like, if Gavin Newsom and all our lovely Democrats who run the state of California came together and said, hey, you know what? If you're a company that's supporting ICE and getting this federal money from them, guess what? We're going to tax you an extra 45% all the money you're making from them. You think a company's going to want to keep supporting ICE after that? They won't. But we're not calling them out. We're calling out fucking these local influencers, or this, like, they count as 1 vote. And I get it. Yeah, it does magnify it. But at the end of the day, use that same energy calling out your local politicians and use your voting power. If you rally up your troops, to vote for a person in power, you're gonna make way more difference than calling out fucking Kendrick Lamar or the Dodgers. You're right. The Dodgers are a company, and they're a company of many different beliefs, many different religions, many different political views. And to keep it straight, keep it 100 with you guys, they're all millionaires. So chances are they're Republican. There's, but like, if you call out or support like a Senator Padilla who went on and got kicked out and to confront the lady from ICE and stuff like that, use those. Call them out. Call all your city council members. All the LA. I've only seen Karen Bass make 1 or 2 announcements, and it's just to talk about keeping things peaceful. She's never said anything or said she's going to do anything to help the people. Like, we're going to provide free, immigrant lawyers or something like that. And so that's, to me, I don't care what any celebrity, any influencer, any company has to say about it, because they count as just one vote. And yeah, they might influence a lot, but they still count as one vote. Call out your local council members, call out your local representatives, your House of Representatives, give them a call, blast their numbers, and tell them they need to find a way to stop this. And
so it's safe to say that you're not cutting anyone off that doesn't agree with your political views.
That's to me that's even worse, because like, how can you get anything done if you guys just keep, I'm not gonna talk to you, I'm not gonna talk to you. If like, say you and your husband got in an argument and you guys stop talking to each other, how's anything gonna get solved? Nothing. The argument, the issue is still gonna be there. You might as well try to talk to them and find a middle ground. And of course, there's always gonna be someone mad on each side. But that's what it means to give concessions, you know? Like, it's not going to be exactly the way you want it, but it's also not going to be exactly the way they want it. Find the middle ground and find something. Start talking to each other and come to an agreement. And again, and as much as we hate, it's MAGA, it's Donald Trump, we've been having immigration issues since the 40s. There's been what? It's almost 80 years of immigration issues, and not one thing has been done. So you got to hold your Democratic and Republican politicians accountable, because neither of them are doing shit. So
this weekend we were celebrating Father's Day. Shout out to all the puppies out there. Happy Father's Day. Mm-hmm. And the conversation within the family function was, I blocked this cousin, or they have a family reunion in 2-3 weeks, and everyone's a little nervous because everyone's views are different. And it got me thinking, I'm like, wow, is it that I am in spaces where there's people of different wealth levels, and so you see it a lot more? So, por ejemplo, con mi familia, most of us are Democrats, right? Pero I am in buildings where there are a lot of Republicans, and I can't just cut people off because they're Republican, or they have different beliefs as me. Like, we still have to do business. We're still having conversations, and being cordial. And so when you hear like, I cut this person off, I blocked this person, a friend, a colleague, because they were posting MAGA stuff while the raids are going on, I felt like, am I doing the wrong thing? Because although I am using my voice and my platform to speak up for my beliefs, I am still talking and living and coexisting with people who have different beliefs as me. Mm-hmm. I do business with one, and I see his radical right posts, and I'm like, but if I ever need shirts, I'm probably going to call him, because he's worked with, we've worked together forever. But is that bad? But I would also hope that people do the same with me. Melissa's super Democrat, or I'm trying to do the right thing and I'm for my people. I hope that they don't unfollow me. I mean, I don't care, but if you unfollow me or block me or don't give me a business or opportunities because, Melissa. I mean,
the way I see it, I think that's the issue right now in political climate, in any climate, even in music climate, that people are so you're either all this or all that, and there's no really gray area anymore. Mm-hmm. Because I know a lot of people who went MAGA, are MAGA, full MAGA, but they saw what was going on and they're like, yo, we didn't
vote for this.
Maybe we didn't vote for it, or we didn't think this. Although there are people who are like, yeah, we voted for this, blah, blah, blah. But it's because they're not targeted or whatever. But because
stop there. When they say that, does that define their character?
I think it shows a lot more on okay, I can't trust you to be around me if I was in that situation. And
care for me and take care of me.
Okay, cool. I see where you stand. But that's on on a human level, and I get it. And for me, it's I like to move around with love and whatever. Oh, you hate that? Oh, you hate this? Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm still going to show you love because I don't want to stoop down to that level. But on my family side, it's I have cousins who are officers who are out there. And it does kind of suck to see people rounding up our law enforcement with ICE and everyone all together. Although I feel a lot of it is they're all in somewhat communication, but not fully communicating with what's going on. I feel the officers are trying to, I would say, protect us from ourselves in some form or way. and not all of them are for it. And a lot of times it's more like, let's just try to keep the peace. Maybe you could call it a fear tactic, whatever. But it's a weird time. But I don't think it's left or right, because there are officers out there who are like, fuck, I just want to be here just to make sure like everything's safe, everything's calm. And then there are some officers who are like, I hope something pops off so I could do some dumb shit. But it's the same thing with protests, the same thing with everyone.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as right or left as you say, or as people say, you know. I think it's just social media that just like really just enhances all the feelings. Because in reality, everyone wants the same thing. A lot of people do think immigration is the issue, but the issue isn't immigration. I think the issue is due process.
The pathway to legal
and just ICE pulling people over because how they look. That's just wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but I do see like a lot of MAGA people who are like, ooh, I don't like, that's not cool. It just,
yeah, like to me, I'm not gonna stop talking to you because you're MAGA, but I think like even if you, I don't know, stuff like if someone comes up and says like, oh yeah, I voted for this is what I want, I'm probably gonna cut that person off because that's a morality thing. That's just like me and you aren't on the same morality level. So that's when I'll cut. But like if someone's like, oh, you know, MAGA this and like, again, you have your right to your opinion. We get into it over our opinion all the time. This guy's a Raiders fan for crying out, and I'm still his friend. You know, she wears whatever jersey she could get her hands on, but I'm still her friend. So no, it's just like, but
no, correction. I wear whatever jersey that has like nice colors or whatever.
Yeah, Raiders.
Not whatever I can get my hands.
But I think like this. I think one of the biggest issues we've had over the last,
I'm so tired.
I want to say decade is just like the whole, I'm right, you're wrong. Yeah. And we can't like, damn, like, dumb, just like listen, just hear them out and see what you guys kind of find a coexistence with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so tired. I feel like we've already had this conversation over and over and over. And like, we're still here and we're still trying to figure out how to move past it, how to keep our mental health, how to continue to go to work. If it wasn't the fires, it was when he got elected and the whole DACA thing and the Dreamers. And I just, at this point, I'm exhausted. And I'm like, is this adulting? Is this what it is? Or do we care? Like, ¿qué hago? I posted a video back in January with fear in my voice because people that I love were being affected. And now it's like, oh, it got worse because now they're afraid to go to work. Now they aren't able to go to the grocery store. They're like, why are we driving? If we don't have to be out, let's not be out. Can't go to the park. You can't go. These are normal things. And then you feel guilty. I went out last week for a walk with Mateo and I'm on the side of town and todos los gringos, you know, caminando, riding their scooter, their bike. And I'm like, on that side? Over there in El Monte and Baldwin Park and Azusa and areas of... there are people who aren't even going to the grocery store. Yeah. And I feel guilty.
Well, even here, like I'm going to Burbank every day for work. I was at Trader Joe's, popping, packed, whatever.
People buying flowers and chocolate and everything, living life.
Then I drive here to my house in Boyle Heights, and it's, you know, there's curfew here right now. We've been doing the curfew for like a week now, and it's dead. Like 4th Street is the only one that has access to like the freeways and stuff, but other than that, dead. Like at night, it's just eerie silence and helicopter. It feels like almost like pandemic all over again, but with the helicopter nonstop, which is insane. But then you go to Burbank and it's like nothing's
happening.
Just another
What's
day.
Crazy is you could go to see the other side of the freeway. That's how close you are to like, the line. You go on the other side of the freeway and it's normal, and like you cross that freeway and you're fucked.
It's
crazy.
insane.
And you have to keep your mental health and you have to keep your spirits high. Like, imagínate el DJ de tu fiesta, llegar todo agüitado, todo deprimido, todo triste. Like, I was giving out Disney tickets at work last week. And I'm like, how do I say that? How do I say, my heart is with you. I'm so sad. I know, you know, la raza sad and worried. Animals, let's be positive. Disney tickets coming up. Like,
yeah. But you know what did give me hope, I think even off the rip from the second I saw the whole, like, the initial stopping at the fashion district when they started taking people, the initial thing was, what gave me hope was that people saw it and they did something about it. They started rallying off the rip. Like, it only took a couple hours. I started hearing helicopters because I was at home when everything was happening, you know, and I was hearing the sirens, and I'm like, oh, okay. So people saw this and thought there's something wrong here and did something about it. And then it was a week long of shit. And then we had the protest, which was like amazing to see. And it was everywhere. And I think that's what gives me hope, because it was like, okay, dope. We're not alone. A lot of people saw this and said, yo, this is fucked up. Something needs to change. This is not right. And it's around the nation, like
everywhere.
We're talking places that probably don't even have as big of a Mexican population as we do, or in Texas and stuff like that. Like, everyone stood up. And I think that's what gave me hope. Like, oh, okay, dope. Like, something right is going on here, you know? At least that's like the only silver lining I could see out of all this. That
my my sister-in-law went to the protest in Claremont this weekend, donde puro güerito, viejito, rico, con dinero. But she went to the one in Claremont because it was by her house. She calls her mom on the way there. She tells her, Mom, I came to a protest. She says she didn't tell her purposely before because she didn't want to worry her. And then she was like, you have to be careful. She's like, no, I'm coming to Claremont. And, you know, there's only older, rich, white people. And then she said, Los gringos are with us? And she was like, yeah. And then she starts sobbing because my mother-in-law obviously doesn't have social media. She's only seeing what certain channels are feeding her, which is LA and chaos and maybe like just bad shit. Her mom had no idea that there was, and she said she sent her mom pictures and she was just like, I didn't know that there was people everywhere of different races, of different ethnicities, of different ages supporting us and helping us. And I think those are like the images that we need to.
Yeah. I mean, the bigger, obviously, the way news makes money is fear mongering. They're going to show you the horrible stuff. They're going to show you the attacks and show you the looting and stuff like that. But overall, even through social media, even though there is some fear mongering on social media, for the most part, you look at people's stories that went and they were protesting in peace. And like, yeah, it is like surprising. Like, I think there's a way more majority of people that are with us than against us, obviously, you know. But you would think the way the news portrays it is that, you know, 90% of the country is against us, but it's not. It's just like, you know, again, just do your research, be safe, do it with love, and just be careful out there. Shout out to my cousin Ramon. His daughter had a quince this past weekend, and it was in Whittier, but in that area. And the protests were happening, and she went out there in her quinceañera dress, and she joined the protest, and it was a pretty dope like sight to see, because like obviously quinceañeras are a huge tradition in Latino communities, so it was pretty cool to see. But again, relatively for the most part peaceful. Yeah, there is some bad eggs on both sides who try to agitate things, but for the most part, really peaceful and really good to see the people come together. But keep it going. Use your power to vote.
And again, let's close the circle con esta muchacha, the singer from the Dodgers. Like, that was her way of protesting. And people are upset. Oh, don't loot, don't ruin your stuff, don't fight, whatever. Okay, so that was her way of protesting. And that's the way you're supposed to protest, make an impact, you know, shake things up and make people look and talk about it. So how do you want us to protest? Because looting is not the answer, right? Destroying property, hurting police officers or that's not the way. But entonces, ¿cómo quieres que lo hagamos? Everyone's upset and uproar. You got mad at homie for taking a knee. Well, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He wasn't hurting anyone. And now you're mad at her for singing it in Spanish. How do you want us to protest? Please let us know how we can protest that's going to be to your liking, that's not gonna get us arrested, and that's still gonna make you listen, because I guess the point of protesting is to make you listen. Let us know.
And don't be mad at people for not saying anything. Like, you don't know what they're going through. Like, and I'm not talking, this isn't necessarily like your friends, like, oh, so and so didn't post this, like, oh, I can't believe they did. It's like, dude, like, you don't know what they're going through, or you don't know what they're doing behind the scenes.
Maybe they just don't care.
Maybe they're doing more behind the scenes. Or, you know, who was it? I think it was Dave Roberts who said, he said, listen, which is kind of a cop-out, but at the same time, a lot of people do things like, yo, I'm not knowledgeable enough on this stuff to make a statement. Like, of course, it's bad ripping families apart. That's obvious. But I don't, like, he's like, I'm not knowledgeable. So why am I going to say something that's going to make me sound dumb or look dumb when I'm not educated on the subject? And I think a lot of people are like that too. Or some people just don't want to deal with it.
And they don't care. And that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's hurtful, que te valga madre, but some people just don't care. If it doesn't affect them directly, they don't care. If it's not their family, their people, they're like, why do I care that people are getting ripped apart? Or that cities that I don't even live in. It's so easy to not be involved. I'm telling you, I was walking down the freaking street and I was just like, if I didn't know any better and I was disconnected, it's so easy to just become oblivious to all of it.
And we've all done it before. There's always something going on in the world, and we just like, like, I'm just gonna turn the other. And it's unfortunate, and I don't mean to laugh, but I laugh when I get nervous. But yeah, it's like there's so many things going on in the world. And you're just like,
que los niños, que they're bombing. Acá, it's true.
The protests in Hong Kong, I was like, man, I feel for them, but all right, cool, bet. And like, we've all done it. So
be nice.
Reserve your judgments. And I think that's what I struggled with this last week, because there was times where I'm like on my phone, like getting ready to record and go in on a lot of people who were quiet, not specifically, but like a lot of groups that were really, really silent. But I was like, you know what? For what? It's not gonna change their heart. If anything, it's only changing me because I'm getting angry and so I was like, you know what? That's cool. Don't worry about it.
Sí, hay que enfocarnos en peace and love and educating ourselves.
And taking a break from social media. Yeah. I think that is the biggest thing. Both sides are tired. Everyone's tired. And we get it. But take a break, gather your thoughts, sleep on it, wake up, and then see how you really feel.
Move with love. Yeah. That's the right answer.
That's the best thing.
And distract yourself with some reality TV.
Yes.
Vinny's been leaving the studio and coming home very early because he has a show to catch. Shout out to all the girlies out there that have a novela. I don't think que ya son novelas, right? Before era like la novela de la...
This is America's novela. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I still watch novelas.
You do? What novelas are on right now?
Well, from May to October, I kind of stay away because the Dodgers are playing. But like the last one I saw, oh man, I forgot the name, but it was a pretty good one. Like where it's like this famous influencer couple who aren't together, but they had a kid that they find out they're kids. It's a whole drama. Great. It was great.
So we don't know the name.
I forget the names.
What channel?
We only watch Univision.
Oh, Channel 34.
Telemundo, like novelas are like, they're cool, but sometimes they're a little too dramatic. And sometimes there are a lot of them have to do now with like drugs and cartel, and Channel 34 keeps it those traditional love story novelas like
Juan Carlos
from poor to rich and from the rancho to the streets and like that.
The missing kids. Yeah. Well, Juju watches novelas. Vinny watches reality TV.
Not just reality TV.
The reality TV. Shout them out. Go ahead, say it, bro. What do you watch?
All right. Shout out to everyone who's watching Love Island right now. If you watched last night's episode, holy shit.
Well, what happened?
Last night they had a big recoupling, and the best part...
Wait, what's recoupling?
Right, let me give you a quick rundown about Love Island. So Love Island, if you haven't watched it yet, it's a reality show on Peacock. They did it for the first time in USA last year, and it was so popular they brought it back this year. I guess it's always been in the UK. I don't know enough about the backstory. I don't care about the UK like that. USA though, yes. This year, so what they do pretty much is they put people who I guess they match somehow, some way, but people enter to go to Love Island, which is in Fiji, in the Fiji Islands, and pretty much the best couple, like people couple up and they try to match. The best couple at the end of the whole thing wins $100,000.
Can you choose any person?
Yes.
Like let's say the four of us were single and go, yes. And I can meet another guy from somewhere else.
Santrosa's not here anymore. No, so 5 guys, 5 girls go to an island. Right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all right, girls, like, pick the guy you want to be with. And then they pick.
And you pick them based on looks?
This is based off looks and based off, like, an initial conversation when they meet. Right?
Like a mingle.
Yeah, so they meet. So they
What if you decide not to go with anyone?
You can't.
You have to pick someone?
Yeah, because if you're not coupled up, you get voted off the island.
Imagine, llegas and you're like, no me gusta él, no me gusta él, no me gusta esto. And you, like, have to pick someone?
and which, by the way, the best part about this show is that it's daily. So there's a new episode every single night, except Wednesdays. But
Why? What happens Wednesdays?
I don't know, they take a
get a
break.
free
Shout out
day?
to editors, man. To flip a whole thing like that, they're like hour-long episodes too. But pretty much they couple up and then they mingle with each other, and turns out like, oh, actually, I don't really like my guy. I like that guy. And sometimes the girls, they intertwine, or sometimes two girls like one guy and it becomes a whole thing. That's where the drama starts, right? But it's not just 5 people every time. So every other day, or like at least once a week, they're going to bring in brand new cast members who are single. And sometimes like if a couple's not working out, then homegirl's going to go for the guy. And then some other guy doesn't really like his girl and he goes for the new girl. And then it just like, and then the following week. But this last episode, I'm not going to say who or what, but America was able to vote on who they think the 3 new people that came in should hook up with. So you could be in a happy relationship with somebody, but America thinks you should hook up with this guy. So they pull you from your couple and they put you with the new guy.
And one thing we've learned is America ain't shit, and they will definitely
it is
stir it up.
Insane. But it's fantastic. But there's been a lot of like great conversations that came out around it. Like the initial one was, there is I don't know if this is the first time, but there's a single mom there who showed up, and she liked this guy off the rip, vice versa. Her name's Huda, and the other guy's Jeremiah. And she didn't tell him for like, I think 2 or 3 days
that she was a single
mom.
Why do you have to disclose right off the rip that you're a mom?
You as a single mom know that it's a make or break thing for a relationship. A lot of times. There are a lot of guys now who are more open to it, but realistically, like, it's a lot of baggage that you have a child. Unfortunately, that's what it is, right? And she hit it off with the guy. And remember, this is Love Island, so it's going to be... you have a month to be with this guy.
But you just met, so it's like you don't even know if you're going to hit it off yet. Do you tell them right off the rip that you have a baby, whether you're dating?
Well, the thing is, they did hit it off, though. They hit it off the rip. They spent a whole day together. Then they did a second date or whatever, like, because they sleep in the same bed every night, whoever you're coupled up with. So the second day, they still... we're like, oh yeah, we're all about each other. They're making out the whole 9, and she was still like
not telling him.
Do
you wait or do you disclose it? Well, first off, I'm social media time, so I feel like
it's kind of a given.
It's a given, but I've always been very open and clear about, when I had a kid, I was a single mom.
Yeah, I mean, I think like
I feel like that's one of the first things.
You do get it out of the way, because why am I going to waste my time with someone I don't want to either be a stepdaddy, or like if you meet someone's like, oh, I don't want kids. I do. Bet. Nice to meet you. We're out.
Yeah.
Like,
but I feel like it's one of those initial conversations, kind of like, what's your favorite color? What do you do for a living?
Yeah.
It's my personality. It's a part of my personality to be a mom.
And this is how secretive she was about it. They were having a conversation about, do you live by yourself? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, I live by myself. I have 2 rooms. And he was like, oh, what's the second room for? And she was like, I'll let you know later. And she just like went around the whole question.
And he didn't like,
and he was like, ooh, so he thought about it, and he was like, oh, okay. But they just met. So yeah.
I've been like an office? A guest room?
She did tell him.
The moment she says like, I'll tell you later, I'll be like,
red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, tell me now.
No. Right now. Yeah, I think you should. But I also know that there's people que son más reservados, and they feel like it's not...
First of all, you can't be reserved on Love Island. You signed up to be on TV.
Yeah.
It's...
maybe she was scared.
But it's historically known as a place for singles who are looking for love to go and mingle. And usually they're people they've been single this whole time. Like, they don't have kids, nothing like that. That's why they go to an island. And her as a mother, what are you doing leaving your child for a month?
Securing the bag.
That is true.
Securing the bag.
I don't know.
100K?
No. Endorsements, notability. If she has social media, she'll have followers.
And look at us talking about herself.
She already had a bunch of followers, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like...
Well, people hate her because she's one of the couples they split up.
That means she's going to be around for a long time. What's her name?
Huda.
Oh, Huda. I'll see you on Traders in a couple seasons, girl.
She did it right.
While Traders just picked up that guy Rob. Rob is one of the cast members. He was big on Love Island last year. But yeah, that whole cast is huge.
So what are you doing to entertain yourself? Vinny's watching.
Well,
Love
I'm
Island?
watching Love Island and I'm playing Call of Duty. It's insane. My range is nasty work.
His dopamine levels are
Yeah,
to the
it's pretty good.
I'm
ceiling.
playing Call of Duty. It's like I have clips of Call of Duty. I could probably I'll post that here of me playing Call of Duty, but you could hear Love Island instead of the gameplay. That's like how locked in I be getting.
I want Jeremiah to act right. I feel like he has been acting right, though. He has been. No.
He's not doing enough. I'm like, do you even like me? Like, you can be the finest man in the world. I can be so damn attracted to you, and I will still fucking leave.
Of course. Maybe it's not like romantic as it.
Right now, I'm reading King of Sloth. It's the fourth book in the
Boring.
King series.
That was
Actually,
untimed.
really
That was
good.
on purpose. That was untimed.
It's actually a really good book. And then I have been just reading it. So
Actually reading or like listening?
Reading it. I've read all three of them, read them on a website, reading them, because Vinny says that it doesn't count. However, I've already got to a lot of book series and his are still in the shelf. I feel like something's better than nothing.
I just wait for the movie to come out.
But anyway, it's a good book. It's the King series. So if you'd like to distract yourself any of these different ways, you're welcome.
Plus, the best thing about Love Island is that it's going to end and then football's going to start. So it's like a good carryover, you know? Uh-huh. And then plus, I could talk to other girlies about it. So hit me up if you want to talk about it. What you think?
Comment down below. Let us know how you're distracting yourself. What show are you watching? Are you reading a book? I'm reading King of Sloth. I recommend it. I think it's a good book. There are some spicy scenes, but it's not like smut. It's just spicy.
It's not Love Island spicy. Is Ace good for TV? What do you think? I think he's fantastic.
Or novelas where they kiss like this. No tongue. Hey, we all have different levels of spicy.
I watch porn.
What kind though? Because there's different levels there too.
That's true.
I put
That
some
I
on
won't
the other
disclose.
day because we were talking about. I could say this? It's my podcast, right?
Sure.
I just don't know who watches. Like, are there kids?
You've talked about porn before, so.
I know, but I'm going to say something even more explicit than that. Okay, if you are listening to it right now and it's on speaker and the kids are around, ponte the headphones, ponte porque this is the warning. La 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 la. So we were talking about anal sex. And I was curious about it. I was like, you know, how common is it? Does it hurt? Does it like... Is it a process in order to do this? And my girlies and I were talking about it. And so I got curious. So I said, let me pull it up. But I'm still even hesitant on opening porn sites on my phone because I have Mateo. I have the kids that sometimes grab my phone. So my friend opened up her phone. She doesn't have kids. And we opened it up and went on the hub. We went on the hub and we started looking up anal sex scenes. So I was shocked, first of all, to find, I said, first of all, I can't go to the hub to find intros or how to or what's the process because these girls are porn stars. They've already done that. But it turns out
You gotta look up the first timers.
that's exactly what I found out. That the hub, you can find anything, like literally someone's first time doing it at the hub.
Right, Juju? That's what I heard.
Oh, so I heard allegedly.
Dios. So I was like shocked because yo pensé que todas estas mujeres, con todo respeto, eran profesionales. I was like, ¿cómo me voy a comparar? Like, how am I going to... But it turns out that you can put first time, whatever, and you'll get images of first time and all this stuff.
Oh, really?
But anyway, I was watching it and I could not get into it. I was just like, wow, her butthole is so pretty. Like, how did she get it to look like that? Oh my gosh,
Bleaches
the guy, ew. And I just started and I was like, I can't watch.
Also, looking at the professionals, you got to go to the amateur section. From what I heard.
No.
I think you can search, like, if you search sex ed, it'll come up with an actual, like, sex therapist.
I'm sure people posted that stuff because, I mean, I see highlight reels of Rocket League and Call of Duty in there. I saw Moana on the hub.
Where?
On the hub, they had somebody uploaded the full Moana movie, and I was like, no way. And I looked it up and ended up watching the whole shit.
Really?
Yes.
On the hub?
Yes.
That's a problem. That's disgusting.
There's also one on the hub where it's like platonic relationships. So the guy's just sitting there with the girl, like sitting on the couch. They just sit there. But that shit has like 45 million views. And you're just like, people are into different things, I guess. I don't know.
You're just like, no way. And then you look and you're like, oh.
That's insane. Anyway, why did I look that up? Don't ask. I'm just curious. I've been married for 10 years.
I mean, I just think it's pretty obvious why you looked it up, man.
I'm just curious, like, am I going to have to do it one day? I'm scared.
I feel like you guys haven't done it in the 10 years you guys have been there. How long you guys been together?
We're going to be 9 years.
Yeah, dog. I think you guys are
Married.
past that. You're good.
No, but at some point...
If he hasn't asked for it yet, or... I don't know if he has.
Yeah, well, he's older now. Like, he's kind of probably over
he's kind of
it.
like,
yeah.
It's like getting a tattoo. Like, if I made it this long without the tattoo, I'm not going to get a tattoo no more.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I shared too much on here. I actually got in trouble because I disclosed the bride and groom's name, and then I proceeded to say that they met on Tinder.
oh, I was going to ask about that. Did they? Because homeboy shouted you out, the DJ. So I was like,
I thought...
now everyone that didn't know knew. Like, oh, let's check out what she's... Oh, that guy, let's see what she's talking about.
Right. Yeah, I got in trouble.
By the bride and groom?
Just the bride?
I'm already giving too much information, but I share so much and la gente me va a dejar de invitar en lugares. Like right now I'm talking about anal sex on my podcast, but what do you want me to do? We talk about real life stuff here, guys.
Politics. Anal sex.
Those are the...
Love Island.
It's true. My anniversary is coming up and I'm trying to figure out...
Try to save money?
¿Qué le voy a regalar a mi esposo? Tengo mucho miedo. No creo que lo vaya a hacer. I tried giving him making Jello for Father's Day.
How did that go?
Oh, yeah. How'd that go? Exactly.
So you wanted to make Jello?
Mm-hmm.
Because he loves Jello.
Let him know you wanted to make Jello. That's really,
So I wanted to make Jello, and I bought the stuff on Friday. I got home, and I proceeded to make Jello.
Wait, what kind of Jello, though? Like,
so
the
this
full
Jello,
red one,
yes,
or
so
like
this
the one with
Jello
the...
was the cherry one, the red one, and it had fruit, pieces of peach and strawberries and pineapple, and then on the top of it, it's like a two tier. So you make the red one, you let it cool, get Jello-ish, and then you proceed to put it in the liquid for the milk one, like a tres leches kind of one. So it was red and white. And it looked very, very easy to make. O sea, dije yo no soy una pendeja. Yo puedo hacer Jello. The instructions are back here. I could make it. I could not make it.
Wait, what?
She was saying, how hard could it be?
I know. Guys, I could not. So that's why now I'm looking up anal.
Oh, now you owe him?
I couldn't even.
Wait,
The
how
Jello-
did you mess it up, though?
the Jello
so
was that bad?
Water.
I want to give you guys a lot more, which I should, but I actually recorded
Okay.
a vlog of me making it because it was supposed to be a whole thing like, oh, I'm making my husband Jello for his Father's Day gift. And it was supposed to be a great turnout of a video. And instead, it did not come out as planned, and I'm going to post it. So by the time this comes out, go to my Instagram. You'll see. I messed it up. I was pouring the water. I lost count of like how many times, like the water. The instructions weren't clear.
It's a big old pot. How many cups have I put in here?
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah. I was thinking of a million things and trying to get it done before he got home. I got confused.
Didn't you tell your dad you're going to get him Jello too?
I did. And he showed up to my house on Saturday expecting Jello, and there was no Jello.
Let's go to the store and buy some, fam. Damn.
Yeah. He was disappointed.
So to make it up to your husband, you think about anal sex. That's crazy, fam. That's it. like way off. Like, ladies, take notes if anything. I don't know.
Listen, a way to a man's
Sorry,
heart
I left
is
the
what?
seat up.
Cooking?
Food, not cooking necessarily.
Yeah, you don't gotta cook it.
Careful down over there.
Or food and da na 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 na. Have you guys done
And
it
good
before?
sports seats. Huh?
Have you guys done it before? Does it hurt? Is it scary? Do you have to like prepare yourself? Ay no, que nervios, chicas, no.
I'm
And
not
then
gonna
like
give
what
tips.
you know what after is also my concern. I share too much. I'm saying too fucking much. But what happens after?
You're gonna be a little sore for a while.
Ay no, qué horrible.
I asked somebody. I asked somebody about it. Like, hey, what's the aftermath? And they're like, oh, yeah, you can't poop correctly either. And I'm like, oh shit. Oh, you were there for the combo?
Yeah.
I ask a lot of open questions
So,
like that. But
if we're gonna get real, and me as a friend, I'm gonna give you some advice. Try it yourself first, and then you're gonna know if you're gonna take him or not. Don't set him up with the excitement, and then be like, no, never mind, I can't do it. Then everyone's gonna be fucking mad.
But how do I try it myself? Like, what do you mean?
I'm gonna leave that to you.
To my research.
But there is training butt plugs. So it starts like if your man's this girthy, start a little smaller, then you'd be like, okay. And then you kind of just keep going. It's kind of like, what is it? The dermals?
The plugs.
The plugs? How you stretch them out every now and
Okay.
then?
some dill pickles.
That's Aw. See, that's the part
Full circle.
that's the part that turns me off about this whole situation is que no es pa eso, chicas. Entonces, if I have to train it, how do I know it's going to go back?
It goes back.
If that's not what it's for.
The body's meant to heal.
Yeah. You never stretched before, and then it's the same thing. It's
No,
muscle.
porque acá en el yuju pa eso es. Like, you can have a whole ass baby, and then it's like a muscle. Over here, that's not what it's for. So it's like when you start fucking with shit,
No,
it
but
won't
that's
be the
anything.
same
If you
anymore.
literally.
O sea, ya no va a ser como era antes. Am I going to be walking around pooping like a little rabbit? Like, pellets are just going to be
I
falling
think you're
out?
Thinking,
Is
no,
that
that's
Vinnie?
that's like saying, "Oh, I cut myself. It's never gonna heal." Of course, fam, like bullet holes heal.
Yeah, but you have to sew them.
You have to. That's compliments to your guy there, fam. You have to sew back up after that. Good for him.
Just try making Jello again, dude.
Me va a lastimar, güey. Yo no quiero. And I don't know why I came up with this freaking
But
idea.
also, a rough estimate of the people I've talked to, women mostly, 80% have said that they climax better with that now than they do with vaginal sex. So there's a 20% chance you're going to fucking hate it. But there's also an 80% chance that you're going to be like, oh yeah.
But at what cost?
Just make the Jello, fam. Like,
You never had a hard workout or sore the next couple days, dog?
I call up at work. I no. Bueno.
Good luck.
It's still ways away. I
To
might
both
just
of you.
make another Jello.
That was crazy. Mm-hmm. Can we go back to talking politics?
But yeah, the hub, guys.
yeah, politics. Yeah, Love Island, the voting process. This is the first time I felt Happy America voted correctly. We should come together like that again.
Do they show footage of them?
They don't really show the having sex. They show them like, because they do it under the covers. Everyone's sleeping in like next to each other. Like there's like a bunch of like, I don't know if they're twin beds or full beds, all lined up next to each other. So
they have their own room?
they don't have their own room.
Have you
That's
ever done
kinky.
it? Is that what is that called? Is that
Unfortunately, but
is it called an orgy? No, it's not an orgy.
Whoa. No, orgy is
No.
when everyone joins in. Doing it with someone else in the room is just called doing it with someone else in
dude,
the room.
I've done that
It's
plenty
called
of
the freak
times.
off
I do that plenty of times in college, like
with other people around. I don't think
with
I've ever done it.
because I mean a lot of times, you know, hotel rooms, 2 beds, split with the homie, and then bring some girls over at night, and then he's asleep.
He whispers.
Can we hit up the homie and ask him, hey, dude, were you really asleep? Or what's going on
Were you
over there?
listening? Would you like turn over to look, or I think I would get uncomfortable and I would
you
walk
make eye
out.
contact on accident and you're like, fuck. I'm coming. Oh shit, that would be awkward. I've never done it with someone else in the room like that. I've kicked people out of a room. Like, hey, go take a lap. Give me a minute and a half. Go get some ice real quick.
Like, I've been in the room and they've gone into the restroom. So, like, I think I would give that courtesy of, like, come, let's go to the restroom.
Not Vinnie. You old dog, you.
I look, fuck it.
Disgusting.
Well.
All right, well, I think that's episode. Yeah, I think
Anything else? Anyone else?
No, I think we're good.
I'm definitely not invited to the next carne asada. My family's already cutting me off.
Well, you never said. Was it the bride and groom that called you, or was it
I
someone
can't
else?
even say.
Well, you already started.
The thing is that at this point, I've exposed enough people and I've exposed enough that I don't want to say anything at all. To me, el problema conmigo es que a mí todo se me hace normal. O sea, if it happened and I was there, I'm talking about it. Mm-hmm. You tell me, I'm talking about it.
They met on Tinder. That's funny. I still can't over that.
And I feel like...
Don't be embarrassed. Okay, you met on Tinder.
You met on Love Island.
Married. I'm single and alone. Who's winning here, really?
That's what I said. I'm like, that's your love story. Like, why would you be ashamed of it? But I guess that some people like, how you say, privacy?
Never heard of her.
Yeah, and having Melissa sometimes around doesn't allow that. So I need to learn.
Also, at least we're saying it in front of you. Cause I guarantee you that all your other family members are talking shit behind your back. Mm-hmm. Oh, ¿se conocieron en el Tinder? Ay, qué gacho, pinche ofrecida. Tell me the tías.
I thought it was beautiful. I hope that everyone understands that when I talk about a subject, you, your family, something, it comes from love and content. Because there's people out there going through the same thing, thinking the same thing, feeling the same thing. Like, it never comes from a place of criticando, judging, whatever. Like, everything
We're
comes
laughing
from
with
love.
you, not at you.
I never laughed. When I said it, I never laughed.
Oh, now you're laughing. It's all right.
We gave
funny.
our opinion.
Oh, well.
No, and we gave our opinion. Juju had his. You had your. Like, we everybody does it. Contenido, papi. I guess not everybody likes to be used as content.
No.
But you should know what you get when you're like, fam, come on. Like, I think my family knows now. And they'll also be like, hey, keep this to yourself. I'm like, okay, cool, got you. And I'm a great secret keeper.
And I think you have to tell me that. And is that something I need to work on? Like, if you don't...
This conversation might lead to you being on pa la calle.
or the radio or a social post.
But no, because I mean...
You do have to tell me, though.
That's true.
Like, before you disclose something to me, the boys have started saying with certain things.
Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, but don't say anything or this can't. And I don't.
And I still don't trust her.
She'll just change
Stop.
She'll just change the name.
Okay, I'll just change the names on the story and give it a different...
Oh, my friend. All right, we should just cut it there before we end this.
Bye, guys.
¿Ya estuvo?
Yeah.